Good evening, afternoon, or morning, wherever you are in the world. Um, okay, I hope the internet behaves itself because it's not a particularly good reception here, unfortunately. I'm doing a subject that is a carry on from a great friend of mine called Andy Ford. And he did a video a couple of days ago, I think it was now. And it was your 10 favourite singers from the collection that you have. And I thought that was quite a good idea. I really enjoyed his film. So he did 12 singers, I'm doing 10. So I'm doing 5 female and 5 male. So I hope that the internet behaves itself and that I can get through this. So I don't want to take too much of your time up. So what I would be interested in, though, is to see your comments on what you perhaps might think about my selections and what you would also choose. Okay, so the first one. My first one is Melody Gardot. Probably the youngest singer out of all the selections that I've got for you. A fantastic jazz blues singer. Has been going for around, let me think now, about 20 years, I think she's been going now. So she might be in her early 40s, I think, now. Their second album is probably her most popular, My One and Only Thrill. Fantastic album. So, and that does get shown a lot. So I thought I'd show you something different from the lady. This is her album, Sunset in the Blue. It's a beautiful album. A very emotionally charged singer. The reason I've chosen these singers are that I like to be moved by a voice, and she certainly does move you. On this particular one, there's 2 songs that I really enjoy, and that is both on the B side, actually, Love Song and You Won't Forget Me. Beautiful songs. But it's all about the emotional side of the things, and obviously the extraordinary musicianship that she uses on each of her albums as well. Her voice is very reminiscent of Edith Piaf, Aretha, Billie Holiday, that sort of ilk. You know, she's got such an emotional voice, this lady. So that's my first one there, Melody Gardot. My next one, I think you may well know. This is Dead Can Dance, and the lady that sings and also has a great solo career is Lisa Gerrard, along with Brendan Perry, who's a partner in Dead Can Dance. Truly, utterly extraordinary singer. Very diverse and experimental with Dead Can Dance. Also, her solo career is well worth looking at. She is the only way you can describe her really is unique. She uses her voice as an instrument. So some of the songs that she's sung, certainly with Dead Can Dance in their early career, have got, shall we say, passages that you can understand. But later in her career, and certainly now as well, she just uses the voice as an instrument. So she's making up passages using the sound of her voice. And there's another person that does that, but I'll go on to that in a minute. She can reduce an audience to tears. She's so emotional. She puts every ounce of strength that she's got in her body into the performance. It's truly extraordinary. The one to check out, I think, if you want to have a good feel for her voice, is the end of the film Gladiator. She sings that beautiful, beautiful song at the end of that film, and it's, if you don't get emotional listening to that, an extraordinary woman, an extraordinary voice, Lisa Gerrard. The next one, this woman can sing with The Telephone Book. She's now retired, and this is, she's only made 3 albums. This is the first one, and this is a Sundays, reading, writing and arithmetic. And the girl I'm talking about is Harriet Wheeler. Beautiful voice, absolutely gorgeous voice. The difference between her and Lisa Gerrard, she can reduce you to tears. She does, but she's got such emotion in her voice. But it's very simple singing. It's a rock, indie-based, poppy pattern that she's got with her husband. Like I said, they only made 3 albums and they're retired now. They live in Bristol. There's a lot of people seem to think that they're going to get back together. No, they're not. They're not. The last album that they made was 1997, and this is the first of them. I think most people know this album for 2 songs, and they are Here's Where the Story Ends and A Certain Someone. I think, if I was to play you those 2 pieces, then you probably know them. Beautiful, beautiful voice. She's so unique in the way that she sings. As soon as she opens a gob, you know it's her. She's such an individual singer, such a beautiful tone to her voice. Great. Has she got the best voice ever? Certainly one of them. Look at the next one's even more unique, in my opinion. What I've chosen for you is an album that never gets talked about, and it should do, actually. And it's called Hey Hey, The Other Side of the Sky. Beautiful, beautiful album, 1973. This came out, produced by Quincy Jones. And this has got certainly my favourite Aretha Franklin song on there, Angel, which was written by her sister, Carolyn. Absolutely an amazing song. I absolutely adore this album. It's got her take on Somewhere as well by the Leonard and Sondheim song. Beautiful, beautiful thing. A whole career was she. The thing I like, and I think that's what most people like about Aretha, is that she dabbled in nearly every musical style, be it obviously soul, blues, jazz, pop, independent stuff, experimental stuff, certainly gospel. This is definitely a soul album, Great piano player, but it's that voice, isn't it? It's that voice, truly extraordinary. So, my number 2 could have been my number 1, but there's only one that is my number 1. So, Aretha then, and my number 1 is the marvelous, the beautiful, the wonderful Elizabeth Fraser from the Cocteau Twins. I'm showing you my favourite Cocteau Twins album, and this is Bluebell No. And it's got the marvellous Carolyn's Fingers on there. The thing about Elizabeth is that she's just a little bit like Harriet, very small, tiny, waif-like ladies who have got so much power in their voice. I mean, this lady, Elizabeth, just shakes, and she's giving the whole of her emotional body power to every song that she's sung. And you can see that in the live performances that you can check out on YouTube. Yes, she started her career in Cocteau Twins, but she's done so much more than that. She's never released a solo album yet, and I think we're all waiting for that. If that's going to come or not, we don't really know. Totally and utterly unique. There's no other singer that sounds like Elizabeth. Again, a little bit like Lisa. Very rarely sings in the English language. She just makes up sounds and creates a whole world, an adventure with the sound of her voice. And this voice is the voice of an angel. It's the only way you can describe Elizabeth. So that is my, don't forget, these are personal choices. My favourite female singer, Elizabeth Fraser. Moving on then to the guys. Okay, perhaps you've never heard of this chap. I just hope that you have.